Alright, so in the morning I was with you. So as you know, oh shoot, I dropped my phone. As you know, I maxed out some of my I maxed out my vocabulary level in ELA. So I told Mr. Henningham, and he was really happy, and then he told the class, to congratulate me. It felt really good. But I know I still have more work to do, because I'd like for everything to get better, because I think my overall language arts level, it's 1,000, but the reading level is still 900. And I feel like I could do better, especially after seeing the IXL sheets. And I realized that some of the lessons I was doing already was kind of...
I'm listening. I meant to take pictures. I don't do that at home.
Oh. I realized that the stuff I was doing was kind of pointless, because I already knew the stuff, and because that wouldn't help get my score up, if that made sense. So I started doing the recommended lessons, actually, and they're actually pretty helpful now that I think about it. I don't know why I didn't do it earlier, but it's fine. I expect by the end of the month, I think my math one should be up to 750, and then my ELA one should be at 1,100. Only because I might not do it continuously, so I'm gonna give myself a month. Because if you improve month by month, that's still steady growth. So, and it's fits time, just in case I don't do it one day. So yeah. In my free time, I started doing IXL to get my levels up. Then we went to science class. Science class actually wasn't even that bad today. We got our exactly. Science class really wasn't that bad. We got our grades for the cell project. We started talking about aliens. It was really fun to hear everyone's reasons for why they do or don't believe in aliens. We drew out what we thought an alien would look like. And then we started doing work on, we really didn't do any work, but then she gave us this page to do. And it's kind of review, but yeah. I didn't do it in class because I forgot there was going to be a test in media arts. So I was studying for that. And yeah, I was studying for that quiz in her class. So I wasn't able to get her work done. So I asked if I could bring it in tomorrow. Now I did half the sheet, so I'll just do the rest at home. It really shouldn't take me that long. To do the rest of the sheet, it might just take me 20, maybe 15 minutes. So yeah. That's how long it should take me. At maximum 20 minutes. But realistically, it'll take me 15. I only need those 5 extra minutes. After that, we went to media arts. So like I said, we had a test today. I was kind of scared because I was afraid I wouldn't get some of the answers right, because I only studied the day of. I'd never studied before the test. And I realized that cramming is not a good way to study, because the more you try to cram, you're not going to remember it. So one thing I do is I try to focus on the things I don't know. I'm pretty sure a lot of people do this, but I realized with my IXL scores, a lot of things I focus on are things I already know, and that's why I'm not really growing where I want to be. So I focused on the things I didn't know. I know what a podcast is, I know what a script is, we already learned stuff like that, but I didn't know what a RGG feed is. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what...
Hey, do you still need to get the SD card today?
Yes.
And you know what you need?
Yeah, I need an SD card.
I'm saying,
that's it.
The
type?
Yeah.
Yes, SanDisk. If that's specific. I would know by looking. So yeah. But I didn't know what some of that was. As simple as it sounds, sometimes I can't tell the difference between monologue and dialogue. So I just focus on that, because they sound so similar. So I just focused on those things. But what I didn't know is that he gave us 30 vocabulary words. I didn't know that it would only be focused on the first 10. So I focused on the whole thing, which caused me to not remember the crucial part, which was RGG feed, if that's what it's called. I keep forgetting. So because of that, when we actually did the test, I was wondering, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to put? So I just really got lucky. I just started guessing. I didn't guess the whole quiz, just on that one question. Because it wasn't his typical test. It wasn't what is a script? It was when you're preparing for a podcast, what could help you stay organized? And it was that. So I was okay, this formatting is different. So I got those right. And then here's the part that really made me question 17. It was like, what is the difference between an episode and a series in a podcast? I know this question might seem straightforward to you, very simple, and it did for everyone else, but for me it didn't. I think it's because I don't comprehend stuff normally, or like the way that my peers would usually. So because of that, I was confused on what it was asking me. I was like, is it asking me like in what context? I think I needed more context.
Did you ask him?
I did.
Did you say, like, I don't understand, is it asking me this or is it asking me that?
I did.
And what did he say?
He was like, okay, so I actually didn't let him explain because I got so embarrassed. He came over there. I was like, so I need help. He was like, on question 17. I was like, hey, you're loud. He was like, question 17? So I just pushed him away. I was like, you know what? I don't care. I don't need your help anymore. He just walked away. That's what I did to Mr. Morris. So, but it's okay because I still got it right. Here's what I said on the test. I was like, it's like one fish in the sea compared to a whale in the ocean. But then I realized that isn't going to suffice. So I wrote 2 answers. And I really just I don't really know what I put for the second one, but it was enough to mark the question right. So yeah. All in all, I got 100 on my test though. Then he started grading it because he gave us our papers and the papers from the previous class, I think. So we were peer grading it. And then he was like, I know I want Jada to answer question 17. It was just kind of like a joke in the class, like question 17. So he was like, Jada, can you answer this? I was like, so I went with the fish in the sea, the whale in the ocean. But my peers couldn't understand. So I was like, okay, imagine you have a pie. I was like, if you take a slice of that pie, it's not going to be complete. So you need all slices of the pie. And then they still couldn't understand. So then Marquise, he had to break it down for them. They were like, oh, okay, it makes sense, I guess. And then that's what really saved me, because Mr. Morris said, so I guess she accidentally got it right. And I was like, I guess I was a little lucky today. I was just a little lucky today. So that's what happened. I think after that we didn't go to lunch. We were supposed to do photography, but I didn't have my SD card. I really don't know what happened to it. I don't ever remember taking it out my backpack, but I guess I did and I just can't find it, even after I cleaned my room. So yeah, I have to get a new one. I'm upset because I had really good pictures on there, but now I have to get different ones.
Oh, so your pictures were on your SD card?
Yeah, because I never got the chance to actually drop all of them.
Maybe you'll still find it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Did you look in your hamburger backpack?
It's not in there because I didn't use my hamburger backpack when I got my SD card.
Yeah, you did. I bought the SD card in the beginning of the school year.
Oh. Well, I just know it's not in there. Does that make sense?
I mean, yeah, but at this point, you can't find it. You should look even in places you think it's not.
Okay. Well, on top of
Under the seats in the car.
On top of that, I just we had to update our portfolio. We had to put pictures on there. So first I was mad because there's pictures I didn't have, but that was cool. So I was like, I'll just still update my portfolio. But on top of that, I couldn't get in. So you know how some people couldn't access their school email? I used my personal email to make my portfolio because I couldn't go through the recovery from my school email. That was cool. But then I couldn't get into my personal email because I had changed my password. I don't ever remember changing it, but I was like, okay, I'll just reset it. But I had to get my phone, and I was just upset because I had to keep leaving from the classroom.
Just frustrated.
Yeah, to get my phone, and then I had to change the password. I was so used to my other password, and now I have to change it. I was just like, this really isn't my day right now. Or it is, but this just really isn't working right now. It's not the vibe. Then I went to lunch, and I was just so scared because I realized all this stuff was for a grade. And then because I didn't have my SD card, I couldn't do photography with my other peers. And then he gave us this, it's not a quiz. I think he said there's going to be a manual test on how to work the camera since the unit is wrapping up. And I guess I was also upset because of that, because I was upset that we're wrapping up the photography unit. We're wrapping up unit 2. We have so many tests, and apparently we're going to wrap up the giver. It just feels like there's so many things at one time, and then we have the election, stuff like that. And then just thinking about Niceer and what's her name? Zanaya. it makes you feel like a certain type of way. I know it's really not my business, but it's hard to not think about it when they're always in the hallway and they're always in front of you. And think about it, and I see as my cousin, Sanaya's my friend. I'm gonna see Zanaya in class every day, and obviously I'm gonna see Nasir when you drop him off. So it's like, it's kind of hard not to think about that. And I think PDA makes me feel a certain type, especially at this age. I think my opinions on it. You do, right? So it's just like, it's just really bothering me. But it's not my business, so I just can't say, hey, stop. So I just have to be quiet. And I think that's just all that is. Oh, and I'm just upset because we're not getting a lot of club time. I know that's out of people's control, but like, I just really wish we had more clubs, if that makes sense, or more time for it. So it's just, I think overall that's what's contributing to it. And it just really, I don't want it to be this way, but it is. So I started crying. Like, I was just so frustrated. And then we went to lunch, right? And I still tried to like log in because I was like, this is really not the vibe right now. So I changed it. I didn't eat because I was like so focused on the resetting the password. And I know resetting the password is such like a stupid reason to cry, but it wasn't just the password. It was like other stuff, that, like the things I just mentioned, and the fact that I was like just so used to it, and now I have to change it all of a sudden. So that's why I just started crying. So yeah. Then on top of that, it was just like, oh, lunch. I was gonna eat in the cafeteria, but it was just so loud in there. I just couldn't focus. It was just too much, so I didn't want to eat anymore. Then we went back to class. Oh my gosh, something else made me cry because Mr. Moore said that Jinx was coming. And it's not that I don't like surprises, but it was like, there's so many things I have to do and I'm not like being notified about. And now I'm just now getting the word that Jinx is coming. And it's like, oh my gosh. So I left in the hallway. I stopped crying for a little bit. Everyone was asking like, Gina, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, cause I knew they wouldn't understand. Because they would ask me in the hallway like, what's wrong? So I was like, it's my password. And when I said that, they were giving me strange looks. So I was like, you just wouldn't understand. You wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it. So that was that. But then I realized like, I can't let this be my whole day. Like, I already reset my password. I'm just going to work on it tomorrow during Friday. So then we went to math. For once, Mr. Phillips' classroom actually wasn't stinky and it wasn't hot. So it was a good refresher. Actually, no, it smelled sweaty in there. I forget. Yeah, it smelled like a boys' locker room, this class.
I need to get him some plug-in.
Yeah. And tell him to keep the heat down. Can I say something to you and you won't get like weirded out? I feel like the teachers need to wear bras. Because, no, I see Mr. Phillips' nipples. I see Coach's nipples. Sometimes Mr. Morris's and Mr. Henningham's. I feel like men should wear bras too, like trainer bras. Because it's like, if women can't show their nipples, then why can men? And they're just so distracting in class because they're just right in front of me. Just like, they're just poking out. They're looking at me. So it's like...
Okay, listen. We need to go get your SD card after I come from the gym. Mm-hmm. So I kind of need you to come to the gym with me so that because Walmart is right across the street from the gym.
Oh, man.
It's 30 minutes.
Really don't want to. Let's just get it on the weekend. I'll ask Maddie to take me to the store.
Well, yeah, because Mr. Moore's not going to be here tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, he's not. I would never say I don't want Mr. Morse to come, but for this specific time, I don't want him to be here.
Alright. I still gotta go to Walmart after.
What? Can you bring me back some candy?
Jada.
Fine. I need pencils, actually.
Jada.
Well, you have pencils.
Right. So I don't need anything.
But they're just not the colors I want. Look at my note. No. It's important to me.
So when we go get your SD card, you can just do.
Okay. But look at how my, oh, this isn't right either. Well, it's fine. Look at this. It's rainbow order. Or horizon order. That's not really how the rainbow works. Where did I just drop?
I'm gonna run in and change clothes. I need you to, bring the trash cans in.
Okay. So, but like I was saying though, That was pretty much what happened in math class. The test was alright. Nothing to say there. So yeah, you know what really irks me? When we're doing work, the teacher says work independently and silently, but they keep talking. You know who does that? Mr. Morris and Mr. Phillips. They'll just be rereading the questions. It's just like, can you stop? And then Mr. Phillips has banned headphones in his class, so it's like I have to listen to you. I know these headphones aren't noise canceling, but it just gives me comfort because it's like at least there's a barrier, right? And he'll be like, number one, all right, do this, do that. But it's like you're not giving me time to like think. It just really irks me. But that was pretty much the only bad thing about the test. But I also didn't understand the graphs on there. Like I understand graphs, but like I just don't think the way. I want you to look at it, and then you might understand why I didn't get it. If that makes sense. Then we went to Miss Lawson's class. Nothing really happened. Oh, we did a Kahoot. I made my name Miss Lawson. I got 5th place or 4th place, cause you know how like you miss one question, you're all the way down. Like that's whatever. Cause I got 1st place like last time, so it doesn't really matter to me. Kahoot doesn't even go in the grade book. If it did, it'd be a different story. But it doesn't really matter. You know, just because you get 1st place doesn't mean you're the best. Well, in some instances. So, yeah, then we read more of the book. I got to read today. I volunteered to read, and Miss Lawson complimented my reading. She said that I read, like, really well. Out loud. And it's glad she acknowledges that, because I've been practicing, actually. I've been practicing.
Proud of you, Steve.
Thanks. See, I care about my academics. I want to be something when I grow up.
You are going to be something. You already are.
Do not boost my ego. Oh, I forgot my lunch at school.
Yeah, it's on my desk.
Huh.
All right. Bring trash cans up.
Okay.